Hi there, another CarX video. This time I'm going to show you the tune for my EK9 Civic that I've been using on touge for the past 2 weeks. Okay, so we are going to start with the styling, because body kit is important for the stability of the car. I went with the CBW. This is the equivalent of the real-life M&M Honda EK9 body kit. Okay, so this body kit actually exists in real life. It adds 60 millimeters from each side. I went with it because it gives you the best ratio of the width between the front and the rear. The other body kits are either just wheels sticking out, or they increase the rear wheel offset, or they reduce the front wheel offset. Both, like 3 of them are not good. Okay, so either go with the stock one or better CBW because it's wider. Okay, this is just the body kits. Now let's go to the tuning section and I'll show you the parts I'm running on it. Okay, so firstly I'm going to start with the wheels. So I have the spacers to adjust the track width. I have 16-inch 285s on the front and the rear square setup. I run -10 profile, a racing one. I have the full pressure on the tires. I have the minimum wheel offset, like the least you can go, and I have the front one set to 11 to be flush with the body. Okay, so this is all for the wheels. Now let's get to the suspension. I've got all the suspension prototyped. This is not really important, maybe except for the braking system, because the rest of the values that I'm using, you can achieve them even on ultimate parts, so it's not like you can pretty much achieve the same setup on the ultimate parts. I'm just using the prototype parts because I can, and because it gives me the rating and the braking force, of course. So here you have all the sliders. Pause the video to check check for what you're needed. Okay, those my usual suspension settings, nothing too fancy. Now on the body I run the prototype car weight reduction. I have the fuel tank stock one. I have prototype front aero, and I have racing rear aero. Okay, body stage 4. I've got the minimum weight setup. I've got the weight distribution all the way to the front for the 66 weight distribution on the front. Really good handling that way. You've got the center of mass super low, especially good on the front wheel drives actually. The downforce 36 with the prototype, air resistance 1.98, and the downforce on the rear from the spoiler is 36.2. Okay. Now let's get to the transmission. So I'm using an 8-speed transmission from the Toyota Supra A90, which is called S90 in the game. This is by far the best 8-speed gearbox in the game. I run prototype clutch. This is not really needed. You can run pretty much any clutch, even stock one, if you're using manual shifting. You can check my video about manual shifting on my channel, so you'll be able to set up the manual clutch and ignore the need for the prototype clutch. The ultimate differential and the prototype transmission. Prototype transmission is important because it allows you to have less drivetrain loss, and the gear ratios will be more adjustable on the lower end and higher end. Okay, I keep this car on the front wheel drive config. As you can see, even the rear wheel drive, all wheel drive are not even both. So yeah. On the tuning, so I have the gear shifting speed on the minimum, but as I said, this only affects automatic clutch. For the differential, I came to those values: 0.3 on the acceleration, 0.15 on the deceleration. This helps you avoid the rear end step out, because I went with 36 downforce on the rear. Normally I would put a bit more, but I went with lower value on the downforce to have some more speed and acceleration on the straight line, so I compensated with the deceleration. And I have some preload, because you can run your car without preload, but if you run it without preload, the transition from the lock to deceleration, from the acceleration to the acceleration, sorry, is going to be noticeable and you're going to lose speed on this transition. So the preload kinda prevents you from this. Those are the gear ratios. You can copy them. I calculated them on my calculator. Pretty much the same. You can check on my YouTube how I set up them. This is not a big deal. And I have the drivetrain less than 1% because I ran the gearbox of the prototype level. Okay, so the 8 speed is needed to keep the engine in the power band. You will see why it's important. So for the engine, I'm not using K20 or the stock engine. I actually went with the EG6 Civic, like the first car in the game you can buy. The EG6 Civic engine is super lightweight and it's low power, so I actually need low power for my front wheel drive builds. So this is the stock engine, B16 of the EK9 Civic, and you can see it has comparable graph if you don't take into account all the parts installed, but the weight is considerably higher. So like I'll be losing 50-60 kilograms if I install this engine. More like I would gain 60 kilos. Yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, I'm losing the lightness that way. So I went with the EG6 engine for the light build. Low power and low torque. So I don't need a lot of torque, because the lighter your car is getting, the least your torque graph matters. So this is actually not really representative. It doesn't mean anything at this point. You can stuff pretty much any other engine with more torque and the same power, and the result is going to be the same. Okay, so the better option than this engine would be the Lada engine, because it's even less powerful and more lightweight and has a bit more of torque, but it's irrelevant. What's really important is the least weight you can get. But then again, I'm not feeling like stuffing a Lada engine in the Civic. Okay, so here I have pretty much the normal upgrades just to get the best power and torque graph possible. I just run prototype cylinder head and engine block, and that's it. Okay, in the settings, I downgraded the torque at high just to fit in the C3 class. And that's pretty much it. This is my EK9 setup for the touge track, like for the touge road, I should say. Yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it would help you to adjust maybe your EK9. Thanks for watching, thanks for your attention. Bye bye.